pretty rare. I mean, it's rare in your career to make 3 finals in a row. And even more rare to be. I would say it's probably never happened where 2 guys made 3 finals in a row.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think coming into the event, I always thought the guys that were really hunting for a big result were going to do what it takes to get through. And sure enough, Kelly's always hunting for a result. I knew I was hunting for a result. We kind of both just did what it took every time. Yeah, I guess 3 finals in a row is pretty good, but I guess this is kind of just the start of the end of the year, really.
Each other. On you.
Alright. No comment. No, I just enjoy competing, and I guess every time we have heats together, we're both going for it, and we don't give up. So it makes it pretty exciting.
I mean, we don't like talk about it or anything, but I think it's a pretty healthy thing because like I consider us to be friends, and I think we both leave it in the water. You know, we're definitely dead serious in the water. That's kind of the best way to like have a thing with somebody. You know, when you guys can battle in the water, and on land you're laughing, and you know it's all out there. That's where the focus is, and we both have to go do our work through the whole event to even see each other.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. I think when you start winning a lot of heats in a number of events in a row, you kind of, it's almost like you never get out of a contest. You know, you just keep. Obviously, it builds up your confidence, and you're learning quickly how to win heats, and just keep building on that. I sort of felt like, even though we had a break from last year to the beginning of this year, I kind of felt that momentum from the end of last year, and I was able to win the Gold Coast. And you just kind of put your headspace in that familiar place that you're at when you are winning heats, and just trust it. You know. Definitely, when you get a sort of rivalry going with somebody, whether it's in the moment or a long-term thing, it definitely focuses you, and if that guy gets the better of you, which obviously Owen's gotten the better of me a few times, and it's been back and forth. You realize it's no joke, and it's you got to get ready and get tuned in before, and I had to trust before that heat I was going to win, and I'm sure Owen's doing the same thing. Yeah, I mean, this is something fresh and new. I mean, but Owen and I have had heats for the last 2 or 3 years that were pretty good. He got me at Bell's the other year, and I think I got him at Pipe once, maybe a 4-man thing, but then he got me in Portugal, and I've gotten him back a couple times. So it's been kind of building, but now we've had 3 in a row. Like I said, it's rare to have anybody 3 contests in a row at any point in the contest, but something's going on there. Well, it's 3 in a row, but there's been about 8 or something. It's not. I didn't feel like, okay, it's over. It's not like boxing. A guy wins and the other guy wins, and they have a decider, and it's probably the last time they'll ever box against each other. It's not really that way. But I mean, obviously, I feel pretty good right now. So.
Oh, well, for starters, I had a lot of fun with that 300,000.
I should have flown private with him back from New York to here.
But yeah, last week that's my first win on the World Tour, and it was it's definitely a step to deal with right there, and come straight into another event the next week, and come off such a high and get back down again to start building again, and that's what I found the biggest challenge this event was. That even though I just won an event, I had to just get straight back into game mode and go for it again. And I guess that's it takes a fair bit to win 2 back to back, and I'm pretty happy that I made the final. We had a good final, and I think last week was definitely my highest point in my career. But I feel like there's more finals to come. I just got to keep putting it together.
And what about
you just won? You're in round 1 again. You just won last week, and now you got to start over. That's a good job. You know, it's funny when he beat me in Bells the other day. I wanted to hate him so bad. I'm like, he's just so nice. So it's you gotta come from somewhere else to beat those guys.
It's a big thing for me to surf against Kelly. I mean, I've watched him since I was so young, and to just be competing against him and having 3 finals with him is just the best. It's been, I think I said last event, is just a big inspiration to me, and it definitely brings out the best of me. He's definitely got something going for himself that you know, I'm always watching him, and you know, he's still got some improving to do, obviously, after this event. Basically, when that happened, I was just finding my feet, and I felt like I hadn't put together like an excellent heat for a little bit, and yeah, it's a bit of an anti-climax heat, but yeah, I've
had those. The feeling in your gut sucks, but you're like, I'm in.
Yeah, that's what I was like, yeah, well, I just did what it took to get to the final, so yeah. I'm gonna take that. You just gotta take it. There's sometimes you get some rough calls in this sport, so take the ones that go your way.
Yeah, that definitely could have gone either. You know, when you guys were paddling, it almost looked like he was going to be in the perfect spot for a deep right, and then at the last second, it was clear that you were on the deep spot of the left.
He stood up before me, and he actually had the scoop on me, but I just went, well, the right's so far over that I went, I'm definitely going left.
Yeah, I was thinking, if I was him, I would have said I already committed to it. I would have just ran across the front of your board and just said, hopefully it's a double.
That's what I thought too. I thought he was going to do that, but then he backed off, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it. For me, I've been working towards a goal, and yeah, I just feel like I had some tougher calls this year, and been knocked down a little bit, but yeah, just starting to come up, and yeah, just had some good battles, and it's the final that I had in Tahiti kind of really woke me up, and yeah, get some confidence out of that, and definitely keep rolling through. I guess with surfing, it has a lot to do with confidence, so yeah, that was a big turning point for myself.
I think if you watch him through like Europe leg last year, he was like so close to being on the verge. Like in France, he would have got 2 10s in his heat, and he made a couple of the waves. You know,
there's some close ones.
There's some close ones, and he was like so close to clicking into gear at the end of last year, and just going against him. So it's only a matter of time before he starts like doing those little adjustments.
You got to learn those things though, and it's, you know, making the tour from being on the QS and juniors, and then making the tour, you got to make your adjustments, and if you don't have those ones where you make adjustments to those really close heats, then you just don't really learn from it. So I feel like I'm just starting to learn from those mistakes, and it's starting to come together. I think so.
Yeah, it has to be. There's such a focus now, and it also depends on who you're against. You know, there's some guys that you're going to surf against that are just carb guys, and there's some guys who are, you know, their strength is just airs, and maybe you can work against them by, you know, if you're just against carb guy, do your carbs and get some airs, and sort of try to highlight that they're not doing that, or vice versa. If you're against a guy who's a better aerialist than you, obviously you got to let the tail loose, but you got to show that you can do them up on the face, and then there's the whole barrel situation. So, but you know, a lot of guys are starting to really put all those packages together. You know, I got a guy like Josh. He's really starting to get his carbon game down. You know, that was, I think he would probably agree, that's been sort of his Achilles heel, is just the face carving. But his air game is crazy, and his barrel riding's like as good as anyone in the world. And he charges, and he's really good in tiny waves. So that's what the new surfing is in the future. Surfing is putting all that together, and then you got to charge too.